The next option is check accessibility option. The thing it does is that it studies all the slides of your presentation to see to what extent your files are accessible and readable. Let's click on this screen in order to open its panel to understand mistakes in our design. When the accessibility checker panel opens for us in the error section, it shows us the mistakes that we have made in our design. For example, it said that you have missed the alternative text for the picture in slide number 1. When I click on this option, as you see, the picture is chosen, and when I click on this triangle, this window will appear for me that I can solve the problem of my picture here. What is wrong with my picture? When I added this picture here, I didn't go Format tab in Alt Text section to add text for it. Do you remember alt text that I explained for you? I said whenever you add a media in your slides, if you have a visually challenged audience, you can write some explanations for him or her in alt text section. That now what does this picture show? And to what purpose you add this? And if it doesn't have any educational point, you can click on mark as decorative, that it is used as a decorative and it doesn't have any educational purpose. When you click on this mark, a visually challenged audience that reads your text with a special machine, when he or she reaches to this part, will understand that he or she didn't lose a special and important thing. Here it is warning me that why you didn't write all text for the picture in slide 1. That if I do it now and type a text, you see that the error won't be shown here. The next error that is here says that why you didn't write a slide title for slide number 1, 2, and 3. That if I choose title only for slide number 3 and write a title for my slide, now I can select the text and add the related change to the font. In this way, now as you see, the missing slide title for the slide number 3 is disappeared, and it doesn't show me that error. I do the same for the next slide, and there is a point which worth mentioning is that if you want to clear this error from here, if the given error was for slide title, you should select a slide title layout and write your slide title. If you insert text box, it doesn't understand that you added a title. You should do this from layout. Actually, if it is important for you to correct these errors, if I add a title here, as you see, the missing slide title for the slide number 2 is disappeared. That with paying attention to the options that are in Accessibility Checker, you will be sure that you design a file that is accessible and also readable and comprehensible for all of your audience. Even in some places that the color of your text is illegible, it gives you the warning that the color of the text doesn't have transparency with the background and it is illegible. Totally, in Check Accessibility and in Accessibility Checker, you can see the errors of your design, whether for a common audience or visually challenged audience, if the text is not readable, and you can correct your errors and be sure that your file is a lack of mistakes, readable and comprehensible for all of your audiences.